Ram Mandir donation embezzlement case that has taken a major turn with the registration of the FIR following the recommendations of the Special Investigation Team. Now, acting on the SIT's preliminary findings, the UP police have arrested 8 accused in connection with the alleged misappropriation of a devotee's donations. The Yogi Adityanath government, which has asserted that all those who will be found guilty will not be spared, while the investigation is expected to examine the handling, the counting and also the management of the temple offerings in greater detail. The case, which has also triggered sharp political debate over accountability and transparency. Let's connect with Mr. Hari Shankar Jain, Senior Supreme Court lawyer. He's joining us here on the broadcast. And Jain, sir, thank you very much for joining us. And what is your first reaction, sir? Because you have been at the bottom of the case altogether. 500 साल लग गए sir, Ram Lalla को वापस आने में अयोध्या. And I remember in your very first petition to the Allahabad High Court, you had contended that it was the birthright of every Hindu to get darshan of Bhagwan Ram, sir. Now today, years later, sir, and today with this so-called scam that is now surfaced, what are your thoughts?
Because it is very shocking. The incident which has occurred of this type, chori, embezzlement, misappropriation of money, of the astha of the devotees, that is Ram Lalla. Very astonishing, very serious. We have fought for more than 500 years for the liberation of Ramjan. I have given my contribution for about 35 years. And the only dream was that we must see a Bhavya Ram Mandir at the site in question. That has been constructed. We have won. But after winning, we are losing. It is a fraud on the astha of the devotees. How if we can even imagine that anybody can be allowed to embezzle or cheat with the properties of the deity? It's a very serious matter. FIR has been lodged, and I am sure that guilty persons will not be spared and they will be punished. And not only punishment, a total plan should be evolved so that in future nobody can have even a single penny of chadava. Not a single penny.
No, Mr. Jain, then what is the point of putting up a trust altogether? Do you believe that this is a case of few rotten apples? Because as you said, because you have contributed a lot to the case, the relevant petitions to get the court's permission for the continued darshan and the puja of Bhagwan Ram, and after that disputed structure was demolished, sir, you have immense contribution to the case.
In 1992, on my petition, the Honorable High Court held that Ram Lalla is a constitutional entity. Every Hindu has a right to pay homage, to have darshan of Ram Lalla. And after 2019, when the case was decided by Supreme Court, we were all very happy that now temple is being constructed. But this type of fraud being given to the devotees, it is very astonishing, very bad. And I submit that procedures should be evolved. This person may be, or that person may be behind the bars. They may be convicted, but that will not end the situation. The situation should be that in future, nobody will have the access to that property, movable property, fund, whatever is given to, donated to Ram Lalla. And I think that the administration was not very clear. There was no hard rule for saving the property, and that is why all this happened. Now we must take a lesson from it. And the good thing is that there is Mr. Modi, Narendra Modi ji and Yogi ji. I am sure they will not spare the real culprit. And they will do justice with the public. I am sure. And during his regime, no thief or any embezzlement of the property of the deity would be left unattended, unpunished. And I also submit and request to the government to make a formula, repeating this, make a formula, have a strict administration, so that in future nobody may be able to have even a single paisa, immediately single paisa of the dirty money. The question
No, but
is
Mr.
there.
Jain, these were all
Yes,
insiders,
thousands
sir.
of persons
They had direct access
all over the-
to the donations, sir. And this is a matter of astha, this is the matter of faith of millions of Hindu devotees, sir. Because, you know, they are making these offerings to Lord Ram. Now, where are these offerings going? And we don't know from where it started, how much money has been accumulated, where did that all of that money go?
Because I will not say anything about the matters which are subject matter of inquiry. I am saying for future, this will not go unpunished. I am repeating that during the regime of Modi ji and Yogi ji, they will not tolerate and they will take stern action. But for future, we have to make strict rule so that there may not be further theft or embezzlement of this type. And everything should be very transparent. And it is very unfortunate that Ram Lala devotees' money that has been embezzled or theft. Nobody can tolerate it. It is beyond toleration of human beings, of devotees. And it is a fraud of all the faith of the devotees. It has actually, our conscience has been challenged. It is not tolerable. Only
Right.
thing is that the guilty persons must be punished,
Right, sir.
and in future, everything should be evolved, a mechanism should be evolved so that in future it may not happen.
Right, but Mr. Jain, how do you look at the current investigation and the pace that it is picking up? Because the SIT constituted, we are looking at the state-run police who has been involved in the investigation, and now after the investigation report is taken up, is then when the FIR has now been filed, and 8 people have now been taken into custody. So, how do you believe, and what are your thoughts on the way that the investigation in this case seems to be proceeding?
No, it is very early to say anything at this stage. And I think that, again repeating, the government is of the people and by the people. Where responsible government is there at the center and the state. And Modi ji and Yogi ji will take strict action and will not allow to let them any culprit without punishment. Therefore, believe it and have patience for some time. At the very initial stage, we can't comment anything at the investigation. I think that further investigation will take place and something more will come out. Something will more come out, it is sure. Investigation will take place.
But Mr. Jain, on part of the opposition today, the very same which used to question the existence of Ram Lalla once, did not even visit Ram Mandir. And as far as the consecration ceremony is concerned, today that very same opposition is now saying that the devotees, unke aastha ko chot pahunchi hai, unke aastha ko thes pahunchi hai, and a CBI investigation is something that the government should have initially, called for. So what is your take on that? In fact, questions would also arise, sir, on the timing of how this entire story has now been uncovered, this conspiracy has uncovered.
439 serial number.
It is very strange that persons who don't believe in Lord Ram, who were guilty of open fire on the Ram Bhakts, they are saying that we are Ram Bhakts, our Rasta has been shaken. It is very surprising. But even then, if a bad person says correct thing, we should accept it. Even a bad person, a demon or Rakshas say, if good thing, correct thing, we must accept that. Rightly or wrongly, their political motive. Maybe, there may be bad political motive. But the question is that there has been embezzlement of Ram Lala Bhakts donations. What they have given to the Bhagwan, that has been taken. So now, irrespective of politics, whatever the politics may be, and how the advantage they want to take, people know everything. They are not going to support them. But at the same time, it is our duty to strengthen ourselves and plug every hole so that in future it may not happen.
No, absolutely,
And guilty
Mr. Jain,
person,
because
not
restoring
even
the
guilty,
faith of the
howsoever
devotees
he
is paramount.
He may be, he
Yes,
should
sir.
be punished.
Yes, sir. But what about as far as the action which is being demanded
I'm
on
not
part of the
concerned
opposition,
with-
sir? They are saying that 8 people who have been arrested, they are nobodies. The big fish are the ones who are being shielded and they are being covered up. So do you believe that there is something on part of the opposition that they are trying to portray?
They are they are nobody to give a clean sheet to someone or to say someone is culprit. They are nobody. But at the same time, I am repeating that there should be further and fair investigation to bring all the culprits to book, irrespective of political considerations. We are not concerned with what opposition says, what our conscience says, what devotees will says, and what God says. It is God's property. We should not indulge in all these political debates. They are the opposition parties. They have to defame the persons who are against Hindus. They have given a chance to challenge our faith. They are mocking all these things. We are not concerned with that. But we have to maintain our faith intact. And we have to honor it. The question of Astha, it should not be shaken. We should not go by what the opposition says. Let them say whatever they like. We are not concerned. But it is certain that theft has taken place, cheating has taken place, embezzlement of Ramlal's property has taken place. All these things are not tolerable. So therefore we should not indulge in any political debate on this issue. Whatever political party says, they get a chance, they will say. But now you do the right thing to meet the challenge and say no, we are there, they punish them.
Right.
We can't tolerate. Because Lord Ram never tolerated any Rakshas, any demon. He always punished. Maybe Bali, maybe anything. Who what in his time. So we should follow in respect of political consideration. Even opposition says something which is right, we should honor it and to take advantage and take a lesson from it. We have to set right our
Absolutely,
home.
sir, because this is about
Yes, sir,
Maryada
yes, sir.
Purushottam, and this is something
And
that
from
the investigative
criticism.
agencies
From
that they have
criticism.
been doing the work. FIR which has been made, 8 arrests have taken place, and of course on part of the opposition they continue to mount several questions, but as Mr. Jain is pointing out, that restoring the faith, because that is the very foundation of Astha, should not be shaken up. Thank you very much, Mr. Jain. Appreciate you joining us here on the broadcast. Thank you very much, sir, for taking out your time. Well, getting more updates on that, because the FIR that states that it is evident from the SIT's preliminary report and the available oral and documentary and electronic evidence that certain employees deployed to count the donation funds committed a crime by stealing and repeatedly embezzling or misappropriating the money. Now, based on the facts mentioned in the preliminary report as well as the SIT's report, the availability on the oral and documentary and electronic evidence and financial records, it became necessary, Adib, that the FIR be registered. So this is on the basis of the report, the FIR has been registered. 8 people were named. Now they are in custody.
Well, certainly, Amita, see, many were asking that when the SIT has been formed, why no FIR has been registered till now. But the FIR has only been registered after the preliminary report was submitted to the Uttar Pradesh government. The SIT submitted their report on Tuesday, and within 2 days, this FIR has been lodged at the Ram Janmabhoomi police station in Ayodhya. Now, the FIR has been has completely based on the SIT report, what the SIT has mentioned in the report, that how certain employees, they were involved in the embezzlement of the funds that were being received in the Ram temple as donations. So based on the oral, the documented and the other electronic evidences, the SIT submitted their report, and based on that report, it was very necessary that an FIR should be registered, and this case should be treated as a criminal case where the embezzlement of the Ram temple donation funds had taken place. So now 8 individuals have been arrested after the FIR was lodged, and the Ayodhya police is now proceeding with their further investigation. So is the SIT. They will proceed with their investigation and will continue with their probe, Amita.
All right, so that seems to be as far as the evidences that have now been picked up on part of the team that was conducting a probe into the alleged embezzlement and misappropriation of the donations to Ramlalla Mandir. However, what has now been said that there are serious charges that have now also been added. You know, if proven true, then the accused could be staring at a severe punishment. And this is something that the UP government and the Chief Minister has assured that those guilty will not be spared. So many of these people who have now been placed under arrest had direct access to the donations of lakhs of money that was given by the devotees almost on a daily basis to the Ram Mandir. So let's talk about as far as these individuals are concerned who have been a part of the FIR, which has been necessitated on part of the evidences that has now been collected by the special investigation team. So let's talk about who were these staffers who were part of this counting of the donations in the team, in the trust itself, and what all charges have now been leveled on them in the FIR. So section 306 of the BNS, theft by a clerk or servant of property, then the maximum jail term it could invoke is of 10 years. What we are now looking at other sections as well that have now been invoked, because this is something that individuals who are part directly of the counting process, and this is something that could invite maximum punishment according to the multiple charges that has now been leveled. Section 316 part 5 of the BNS, criminal breach of trust by the officials can invite a maximum imprisonment for life. Well, that is one of the other charges as well that has been also taken up in the FIR. Then habitual dealing with stolen property. This amounts to section 317 part 4 of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, which also invites a life imprisonment. And of course, when it comes to charges that includes 317 part 5, life imprisonment for up to 3 years. This is for a betting trade in stolen property. So what happens with that stolen property is something that it would invite at least 3 years of punishment. Then of course, criminal conspiracy, which is section 61 of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, that again depends on the offense that has been committed. And of course, when it comes to the other sections as well that have now been made part of this FIR, through which we are looking at the investigating agencies that have now placed at least 8 people under arrest. We are talking about joint criminal liability as well, which invites, a sentence which is according to the offense that has been committed by the accused in this case. So lots has been happening as far as the opposition, which has now been coming out to demand that there should be rather a CBI investigation also into the alleged embezzlement. And of course, according to the sources now, what is being said, when it comes to these individuals who have been arrested in the case of theft or religious offerings will also be scrutinized. So the police teams saying that if those assets required through illegal means come to light during the investigation, that would be identified and the proceedings for their confiscation would be initiated. Sources claim that the assets of some of the accused have grown rapidly over the past few years, and there has been an unusual shift in their financial status that rounded up to their suspicious activity. Because this is something, Adi, we would all want to know. Where is that embezzled and the money that was stolen on part of the donations? What was the financial trail? The money trail is also something that the investigating team will be looking into.
Well, Amita, see, if sources are to be believed, the SIT and the police, they have recovered, in fact, some of the money that was embezzled by these individuals. They have recovered the money from their residences and other places as well. But what we are looking at the money trail, that there have been serious lapses in the counting and collecting of the Ram Temple funds, and at that particular time, these individuals, they were using these lapses as their advantage and they embezzled the money. Now an FIR in the serious sections of the BNS have been lodged against them, and when this case will proceed further, we will see that how the police will try to recover all the money that has been embezzled. The bigger question is that since when these individuals were involved in embezzlement, and how much money they have embezzled till now. Now the focus of the police will be of taking them into judicial custody.
Yes, when so the questioning is on, and this is all based on the evidences, oral and other evidences that has been collected on part of the SIT, which necessitated when it comes to filing of the FIR, and stringent charges have now been filed against these 8 accused who have now been placed under arrest. Please to stay on with us, Adeep, because the other angle that we are now tracking as far as Ram Mandir donation theft is concerned, it is revealing what the investigators have been describing as a carefully planned operation. Now, according to reports, suspicions first arose after the trust officials noticed certain irregularities irregularities in the cash being deposited from the temple donation boxes, particularly recurring shortage of 500 rupee notes. Hidden cameras were then allegedly installed inside the cash counting room, with investigators claiming that the footage captured by the employees concealing cash and manipulating bundles before they reached the bank. And sources further alleged that loopholes in the counting and verification process, coupled with the absence of security checks on the staff leaving the premises, were exploited to siphon off the devotees' donations. So police are now examining the CCTV footages very closely, bank transactions and the role of several accused as they probe what is being alleged to be a systemic embezzlement of temple funds. So let's get you exactly what is now being said according to reports that have been coming in. And, Adib, a better understanding, because this seems to be a suspicion that was raised within the trust itself as to money was there, but it was simply going somewhere. So it was missing. And that what raised the suspicion.
Well, certainly, Amita, we see some members of the trust, they believe that something fishy is going on with the money that is being received. And these individuals, they were directly involved in the collecting and counting of the cash. When these members of the trust, their suspicion grew stronger, they installed some of the hidden cameras in the particular room where the money, where the donation boxes were being opened at the time. And they saw that how some of the members, they are trying to come in front of the visible cameras, those who were previously installed. They were trying to hide what they are doing, how they are removing the money from the donation boxes. And not just this, these individuals, they were also trying to put some extra rupees 500 notes in the bundles which were being taken to the bank, so that when the bundles leave the Ram temple and it is going to the bank, they can recover those extra notes added in the bundles. So this is how all
suspicions were raised. Embezzlement was being done, but for how long this was happening, how much money that has been accumulated, how much money has gone out of it, and where has that money being used, this is all part of the investigation. And the direct assurance that has now come in from the UP Chief Minister, saying that all those found guilty will not be spared at any cost. Thank you very much, Adi, for joining us here on the broadcast. Now, a simple explanation when we talk about exactly when it comes to how the allegations were raised, especially when it comes to the embezzlement, because it came in from the Samajwadi Party, a party sitting in opposition in a state which soon would be facing elections. And then they started out with a statement saying that at least 25 to 27 crore rupees have been stolen from Ram Mandir. It was supported by Akhilesh Yadav, who then urged the court to take suo motu cognizance of this so-called embezzlement within Ram Mandir. Also then, it picked up pace. Then it came from the BJP side as well, seeking that there should be a criminal probe by the CBI. And of course, when it comes to the money trail that needs to be investigated on part of the Enforcement Directorate. Then, when it comes to the Temple Construction Committee chief, he has reviewed the records if there was any embezzlement, and thereafter the PM also sought report from the Temple Trust on the allegations. However, it was being said that wait till the time that the SIT completes with its investigation. Then later on the 11th of June, the former accounts in charge has also raised allegations over the CCTV footages as well. And then the UP government constituted a 3-member SIT and ordered for an in-depth investigation. Then on the 20th of June, the SIT interrogates at least 7 employees who were directly involved when it comes to counting of the cash. And then the SIT on the 23rd of June submitted its preliminary report to the UP government. And based on the findings that we're now looking at, on the 25th of June, which was yesterday, FIR was registered. And now what we are looking at least 8 people who were directly involved in the counting of cash or in the counting of the donation money were taken into custody and now have been formally arrested. This is a big story, developing story, and with more political reactions coming in, we'll keep our viewers updated on the same.